Ooh, the Hello Kitty Cafe coffee hit different in the morning. What is going on, guys? Today I'm here with a bit of a different setup video. So if you guys don't know the news, Spark Cycleworks just had their huge Javelin launch event over the weekend as of recording this, and as much as I wish I could have gone there, hopping around a train for 8 hours or taking a very specific flight at a very specific time or driving up there from DC, but pretty much is a bit of a pain for me. So I unfortunately couldn't make it. I haven't seen anything on social media. I've been off social media ever since like they had that launch event, so that way I don't have anything spoiled for what they're announcing. But today they do have a video on YouTube kind of unveiling everything, and I'm here to react to it. This is my first look at a lot of things. I know I've worked with Spark in the past. That was a couple of months ago. I knew they were working on the Javelin. I know they have ideas at the time, but I don't know what they're announcing. So today we are here reacting to the video to see what they've got in the woodworks for their future, for the business, for the bikes, for the brand, all that stuff. So with that being said, drop a like on the video, leave a comment down below as you're watching with your reactions to everything if you haven't seen it yet, and let's get into the Spark Cycleworks Javelin reveal event.
I designed this bike.
So it's crazy to think that this was an early version of the Javelin. Obviously, like prototypes are prototypes, but it's amazing to see the progress from like the first edition or the first build to the actual bike itself, which I haven't even seen the actual bike yet. I've also seen like that. I've seen that prototype in person. That looks mean. Those tires.
In 2018, we began what we called Phase 1. That plan involved buying electric bikes to fund the development of the Bandit. We were able to save up enough money to buy the tools for the Bandit and begin production on our own. The Bandit has been a great success, and it's allowed us to expand our facility and our team. Because of that, we're now able to start Phase 2. Phase 2 of Spark means full production in the United States. Unlike Bandit, the frame will be completely made in the United States. We've spent the past few
Love
years
to hear
designing
that
this frame so that we can make it in-house and have it powder coated locally. We've also tried to design subcomponents like the seat to be made by local upholsterers. One of Spark's biggest goals is to expand our market to high school and college age. You'll find that the Javelin will have an option for a DIY kit. That will allow for a STEM program which high school students can learn how to build the bike, learn how to do all the soldering, all the wiring, all the programming, and even race the bikes against other high schools.
Yo, can I just say off that one part right there? I'm gonna go on a rant for a bit, right? There are so many things I wish I learned in high school, just about life in general. Like, I wish I learned how to write a check or fucking work with a checkbook. I wish I knew how to do my taxes. I wish I knew what a mortgage was in high school. That type of stuff, right? That is life stuff that everyone should know, no doubt. But stuff like this, how to get like hands-on with whatever you're working on, in this case, an e-bike, I wish I learned that in high school. Granted, I didn't know about e-bikes in high school. I don't even think they blew up yet at the time. I was in high school like 10 years ago. But just hearing how they want high school kids, college kids to have a Javelin or have an e-bike to work with, to know how to solder, know all the electrical components of it, that, in my opinion, is really fucking dope. Like I've said multiple times, I'm not the most mechanically advanced, I'm not the most electronically advanced person when it comes to e-bikes and fixing shit up and whatever, right? I usually, if I have a problem with the bike, if I can't fix it myself, I give it to someone to fix it and they'll handle it for me. I wish something like this was around when I was in high school, because if I just had the confidence to work on my bikes, knowing I could fix things, I mean, I can fix it now, but like just having that extra confidence, that goes a long way. So really hope to see either a local college. I know they're like right by Yale. If Yale can get hands on Bandits and Javelins to work on, that'd be game changer.
A little insight into the direction that Spark will be taking. So now, let's get into Javelin.
This is the part I'm excited for. I want to see what like a final version looks like. And is that it? Wait. Wait. That looks so clean. Wait. Compared to the prototype I saw, that looks sick.
This is the electric motorbike made by Spark Cycleworks in North Branford, Connecticut. The Javelin uses a unique exoskeleton design that has a seat that can pivot forward so you can pull the battery out and has additional storage in the back. It features a 4,000 watt motor that's equal to 5 horsepower, the federal regulation for mopeds that can also...
Wait, hold on a second. Not to discredit the bike, right? That little tag on the seat on the bike, if I'm not mistaken, that is Tapia seats. Tapia seats, I've really only seen thick, cushy seats for their bikes. By the way, guys, if you guys don't know, I'm affiliated with Tapia seats. If you want a seat for your e-bike, custom made or whatever, or ready to ship from them, info for a discount down below. Best seat I've ever sat on an e-bike, trust me. And I've gone through my fair share of seats. I'll make a video on that sometime soon. But seeing like a sleek seat like that, one, I know it's going to be comfortable, right? I've sat on sleek seats, like slim seats, and I pretty much feel like I'm sitting on wood. Even though this is also a slim, let me run it back real quick. Yeah, like even when it's open, it's slim. Nope, I'm confident that's a comfy seat because the seat with the dual rear suspension on each side, I know that's going to be a comfortable ride for sure. I don't even know what I sat on when I tried the prototype, but it definitely was not this.
Pivot forward so you can pull the battery out and has additional storage in the back. It features a 4,000 watt motor that's equal to 5 horsepower, the federal regulation for mopeds, that can also be stepped down to a 2 horsepower version for local states. The bike has VINs and is fully street legal to ride and does not require a motorcycle license. You only need a driver's license in the vast majority of states. The bike is highly customizable. If you go to our website, you'll find out that we have a ton of different headlights, different handlebars, different paint schemes, and a ton of accessories that you can choose from. The bike can be purchased in 4 different ways. The first way is a frame only. This is a painted or unpainted frame that includes a fork and all the body panels. You'll have to supply the motor and the wheels and the battery to make the bike run. The second version of the bike is our STEM kit. This is designed for high schools and colleges. This kit includes all the electrical connectors, a frame, and instructions, pretty much everything you need to build the bike from the ground up. We see a massive market developing for the potential for a high school program where students could learn to build these bikes and race them against other high schools. The third version of the Javelin is called the Tracker. That bike does not have a motorcycle headlight or turn signals or a VIN for legal riding. An example is this bike right here. You can see that this bike uses one of the acrylic panels. We'll have options for yellow.
I love the see-through design.
We will include
something about that looks really
light
dope
bar
to
so
me.
you can see at night. And the bike will include features like our stainless steel front and rear fenders. The fourth version is the standard model of the Javelin or the street bike, and it will come in either black or gray as a base color. And then there are 2 other tiers of color above that. There's also a variety of other panels and other cosmetic features like these ones. This is a unique rear rack that includes a charging inlet. So you can actually take a power extension cord and plug it right into the bike. There's also a bash guard on the front here. So if you want to take the bike off-roading, you can protect your controller. And there's also ankle guards here on the side to protect you and your bike off the trail. There's also features like this. Here's the standard rear rack.
Ooh, wait. Hold on. That one. That's the one. That looks good. Wait, something about red. It looks so good. Hold on.
The rear light also extends out back so that the cars behind you can see it. And besides our stainless steel side panels and our acrylic panels, we also have a variety of different vinyl wraps. So
carbon
you can
fiber?
see this is a faux crushed carbon fiber on the
Carbon
side.
fiber.
Carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber.
Speaking of top panels, let's go back to the classic bike and take a look at that. Taking a closer look at the bike here, you'll see that we have 3 different toggle switches that light up red.
Yo, hold on. The switches look so dope. Like, if you ever seen like some sort of space movie and like you're about to launch and like you're flipping all these switches and hitting all these buttons, imagine like the badass feeling you get. You sit on a Javelin, you turn the key to turn it on, you flip your switches, and you go. That just sounds badass.
One controls the speed mode of the bike. So in the top mode, we will be on a standard street mode. That keeps it within the legal guidelines for a moped class. Then if you put it up to the higher speed mode, now you're gonna unleash the full power of the bike for track mode. In the middle here is a button assignment. So I can switch between 2 different things. The first thing is a reverse function. If you look at the screen, you'll see that an R appears. That R represents a reverse mode. So the bike is pretty heavy. It's a little over 150 pounds.
Damn,
and
that's
by
a big
activating
boy.
the reverse, it just helps you back that bike up. But if I swap to the other mode, that actually activates a cruise control function. So if I'm at high speed, I can simply hit that button. It will lock the speed for me, and that way my wrist is not getting tired out. It deactivates when you squeeze the brake, just like a car. Speaking of brakes, there is full regen braking built into the bike. And so if you go to the Far Driver Control app, you can dial how much regen there is. We've also added the feature for you to be able to disconnect the brake and add a second button so that you can actually do regen braking on that button itself. The third toggle switch down here is a 12-volt output. So Spark will be developing a bunch of other accessories down the road for the Javelin, things like external lighting, built-in speakers, and a few other projects that we haven't announced yet. But if you have ideas,
I'm a fan of the speakers. I have been trying to find a really good speaker to listen to music when it comes to solo riding, not only for my own enjoyment and entertainment, but also so that way cars can still kind of hear me. I mean, I have a JBL, I think it's a Go 3, which for just me listening to music, it's kind of loud. I can hear my music when I'm riding, but other cars can't. And I feel like, yes, while that can be a distraction, it would also help because some of my bikes don't have a horn, and just playing music off the speaker, I don't know. So I hope they get some good speakers on the bike. So that way, I forget if it says it has a horn. I'm guessing it does have a horn. If it doesn't have a horn, the speakers can be loud enough to be heard. Like, you know, you go like that Honda Civic that goes to McDonald's at 3 in the morning.
you can simply go and remove the side panel of the bike, and there's a plug inside, and you can access that 12 volt right there. While we're on this side of the bike,
I love that.
The seat actually folds forward by hitting a button located underneath. I can hit that, and it pops forward. This gives me access to the inside. I can disconnect my battery, pull it out, and put it on the ground. There's also a massive cavity in the back here. This cavity is big enough to hold your charger or any other gear that you want to carry with you. This is the battery. It's a massive 40 amp hour, 72 volt battery. It has a 100 amp BMS, uses a QS8 connector, and has a standard charging port located above. There's a little screen on top that shows you how much power there is, and a simple power switch to turn it off. It's made using a stainless steel enclosure and is very scratch resistant. It can achieve a little over 100 miles in a low power mode, or more like 40 to 50 in the higher speed modes. Another interesting feature of the Javelin is a handle. So located on the side right here, there is a grab handle that allows you to pick the bike up. So if you're putting it into a vehicle or trying to get it over a curb, you can grab it right here and lift up. One other interesting feature about the bike are the spools mounted on the swing arm. These spools allow you to use a stand like this to lift up the bike.
Okay.
Seats are another area for high customization. We include a base level seat by a company made right here in Connecticut, but you can also choose seats from other makers around the United States. The ones that we're featuring right now are made by a company called Tapia. Production times will be between 3 to 6 weeks depending on
Big
how
ups
customized
Tapia
the bike is.
seats.
For example, certain paint colors will require more time and certain features will require more time. So that's the Javelin. You can go to sparkcycleworks.com today and pre-order yours now. But there was actually one more thing that we wanted to show today besides the Javelin.
Wait. Before they get into it, I want to make a guess. Please tell me they're about to announce like a Bandit 2. Because if you guys also don't know, I'm affiliated. I'm like an ambassador, an influencer, whatever with Spark Cycleworks. But it's so hard for me to promote, to like make sales on my end for a bike when I don't have one. And when I went to go visit them in Connecticut last year, I asked Matt, I'm like, hey, look, I'm happy to be an affiliate with you guys, but it's hard for me to promote stuff when I don't have my own Spark Cycleworks bike, anything, right? So should I just say, fuck it, buy a Bandit? The Javelin at the time didn't exactly seem like it was my style, so that wasn't really an option. So I was like, should I buy a Bandit and we can make a deal so that way I can help push out content? Should I wait for the Javelin? Or are you like, what should I do? Like maybe get a Bandit 2? And you kind of like gave me a side eye wink sort of thing, like just wait. So I hope this is the Bandit 2. Let's find out. The Brute? Wait! What is this? Oh, wait. 75? That's gotta be on the slow mode though.
Five years ago today, Spark opened its doors to the public and launched a variety of e-bikes, including our Project Scorpio. That bike eventually evolved into what you know today as the Bandit.
Yup.
Today, we're excited to let you know that the Bandit is now taking an evolution and is becoming the Brute. The Brute actually shares components from the Javelin, so you'll find motorcycle grade components like the front fork, the brakes.
Yo, that looks so sick. I'm a big fan of like the exoskeleton type look where like you can see through shit, almost like a old school Game Boy, or like the atomic purple Game Boy, or like some of the see-through devices, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that like we can see the inside of this, oh my God, hold on, wait. If I were to get a bike, if I were to get this, let's just say, right? One, I would love street tires. I'm not a big off-road tire. I would want to do less broody tires on this. Maybe something in between, but not as knobby, right? I would want, just for the safety aspect, a protective side panel. It doesn't look like there's one here, but like something to protect the inside components. And of course, a custom seat for sure. I love the gray. I mean, my P51 is gray, and I love the look of that bike. Other than that, this looks fucking sick.
Tires. Speaking of brakes, you'll find that we run dual motorcycle brakes. We got them in the front and in the rear. The bike you see right now is a pre-production bike, but the final bike will be very similar to it. One thing that is a little bit different in the final version is the way the seat works. This particular one has a button underneath that opens up and allows you to take the battery out. In the final production version, the seat folds to the side. Speaking of battery, as you can see, just like with Javelin, this is another stainless steel enclosure. It's a 30 amp hour battery, it's 72 volts, and it has 100 amp BMS. The bike can run reliably at 30 to 35 miles an hour, and if you push it to its limit, it will hit about 50 to 60 miles an hour.
Damn!
We're not gearing this bike for high top speed. Instead, we are really pushing it for high torque. We want this bike to be able to climb any hill you throw at it and be able to carry hundreds of pounds in a trailer. We really see this thing being used in the backcountry as an alternative to an ATV, or in cities as an alternative way to pull cargo around. By standard, we will ship the bike out with a certified VIN for a moped class. Speaking of which, it does still have pedals. When we think about the Brute and the Javelin, you can kind of take a look at the Bandit and see that we took what we learned from that bike and split it into two different product lines. We took the highly customizable aspects of the Bandit and put it towards the Javelin, and we took the utility elements of the Bandit and put it towards the Brute. The bike will be assembled here in Brantford, just like the Javelin, but will not feature as many customization options. The Brute has actually been in development for nearly 2 years. It's a hydroformed aluminum frame to keep it lightweight, but the bike still weighs almost 150 pounds. We're excited to let you know that we plan on starting to ship the Brute in June of 2024.
Damn!
That's the Brute. You can go to Spark Cycleworks right now and pre-order yours today.
Yo, come on. Yo, big ups to Spark. Oh my God, I wish I could have been there to see the bikes and test ride them and everything in person. Oh my God. I gotta get a Brute. I gotta get a Brute. I'll be honest with you guys. The Javelin, no hate to it. Personally, not my style. I met and discovered and fell in love with the Bandit, and I'm kind of loyal to that, right? I'm not hating on the Javelin at all. I love the look of the bike. It looks great, right? But just something about the Brute of the Bandit, you know? I think also, right, let me see if this makes sense. I am 5'11", 220, 230 pounds, and all the e-bikes that I have right now, not that I feel too big on them, but it's like I kind of feel a little bit cramped. Nothing wrong with that, but like I feel like I might be a little bit too big for the bikes, right? I remember riding the Bandit when I first built it, when I went up to visit them at Spark, the Bandit felt perfect for me. And of course, like I said, at the time I was like, oh no, I don't have a Bandit. I can't really promote you guys because I don't have a bike to promote personally like I do with P51 or Super. What can I do? And so now that they're like making a literal brute bike for, you know, a little brute boy myself, I cannot wait. And it's coming in June. See, and here's the thing, right? Let me explain. So I'm not buying e-bikes left, right, and center, right? But I do take into accountability if I am in the market for an e-bike, or just like, you know, maybe if I'm like window shopping, right? When the release date is and when I would get it, when I would order it, right? So usually June would be a bad time for me to receive an e-bike, right? Because yeah, it's like June is like early summer. So I have a couple of months to ride it. After those couple of months, it's winter. I can't ride it for like 3-4 months sometimes. But something about the Brute, like I said, add some side panels for protection, maybe make it see-through. Something about the Brute. I feel like that's confident that you can ride that shit in the snow. They're up in Connecticut. They're up north, so if the weather's bad down here in DC, weather's probably a lot worse up there because it's like, you know, scientifically away from the equator and shit. So if they've been working on the Brute for like 2 years and it's been holding up, I think that's like a good like winter bike. But anyway, video's been going on long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like. What part of this launch event did you love the most? What was your favorite bike? There's really only two, but like they showed a couple of different versions of the Javelin. What was your favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. Spark Cycleworks, Matt, Teo, the whole team over there, y'all did an amazing job. I can't wait to see some of these bikes in person. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Yo, the future is looking sparky, boy.